Hey Raiders fans, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Las Vegas Raiders. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. That way, you'll always stay up to date with breaking news and exclusive content. The sports world woke up to absolute chaos this morning as the Las Vegas Raiders pulled off what might be the most unexpected move of the NFL offseason. In a press release that felt more like a plot twist from a sports drama series, the Raiders officially announced that they had secured the services of none other than Detroit Lions wide receiver sensation AMON-RA St. Brown. That's right, the German-born star, known for his electric plays, fearless attitude, and uncanny ability to make impossible catches look routine, is now packing his bags for Las Vegas. And let's be honest here, folks, nobody, and I mean nobody, saw this coming. Rumors have been swirling for weeks that the Raiders were looking to make a big splash, but most insiders thought they'd target a free agent quarterback or a veteran defensive back. The idea of prying away one of the Lions' most prized defensive weapons seemed absurd. Yet here we are, scrolling through breaking news headlines and double-checking our phones to make sure it's not a prank. If you're a Lions fan, this feels like someone just swiped your favorite player mid-game. If you're a Raiders fan, this feels like Christmas morning came early. The moment the news dropped, social media exploded like a blitzing linebacker smashing through the line. Hashtags like hashtag Raiders shock, hashtag AMON-RA to Vegas, and even the cheeky hashtag Lions lost Raiders gains started trending within minutes. Analysts on sports talk shows scrambled to adjust their scripts, try to make sense of the move and its implications. AMON-RA St. Brown has been more than just a key offensive player for Detroit. He's been a symbol of grit, determination, and a new era of Lions football. His connection with quarterback Jared Goff has been one of the most reliable duos in the league. And let's not forget, this is a player who has broken multiple franchise records, not just for receptions and yardage, but for that infectious energy that ignites the team. The big question now: what convinced him to leave a team on the rise for a franchise that has been searching for consistency? Was it money, opportunity, or maybe a promise of becoming the centerpiece of the Raiders' offensive strategy? One thing is certain, this isn't just a roster change. This is a seismic shift. Insiders claim that negotiations between the Raiders and St. Brown's camp were happening in total secrecy, away from the glare of media speculation. Not even the most well-connected NFL insiders like Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport hinted at this possibility. The Raiders' front office reportedly flew to Detroit under the guise of attending a charity event, only to hold a series of closed-door meetings that paved the way for this blockbuster signing. This cloak-and-dagger approach feels straight out of a spy movie, complete with hidden agendas, whispered conversations, and phone calls made behind tinted glass windows. Meanwhile, Detroit management is said to be in shock. Word is they offered St. Brown a lucrative contract extension just last week, one that would have made him one of the highest-paid receivers in the league. But the Raiders must have had something extra, perhaps a combination of Vegas glitz, a massive signing bonus, and the promise of building the offense entirely around him. For Raiders fans, this isn't just about getting a top receiver. It's about sending a message to the entire NFL that they're ready to gamble big. The fan reaction has been as polarized as you might expect. In Detroit, emotions range from heartbreak to outrage. Fans are posting videos burning jerseys, calling the Lions' front office asleep at the wheel, and even demanding a public explanation from team executives. Over in Las Vegas, the mood is the complete opposite. The Strip is buzzing, sports bars are ordering extra beer shipments, and the Raiders merch store is reportedly scrambling to print thousands of St. Brown number 14 jerseys in time for the preseason. Some fans are already predicting that this is the move that will push the Raiders deep into playoff contention, maybe even all the way to the Super Bowl. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. While Street Brown is undeniably a game changer, football is still a team sport, and the Raiders have other weaknesses they'll need to address. Still, there's no denying the psychological boost this gives them. It's a declaration of intent, a high-stakes bet in a league where fortune often favors the bold. And in true Vegas style, the Raiders just put all their chips in the center of the table. Observers are already speculating about how St. Brown will fit into the Raiders' offensive system. Head coach Antonio Pierce has been vocal about wanting to open up the playbook, emphasizing speed, unpredictability, and creativity. With St. Brown in the mix, those ideas suddenly feel a lot more realistic. Imagine him lining up alongside Davante Adams, two elite receivers capable of shredding any defensive coverage. Defensive coordinators across the AFC are probably losing sleep tonight, sketching out schemes that might slow down this nightmare pairing. But there's also a tactical question. Will there be enough targets to keep both stars happy? In Detroit, St. Brown was the clear go-to guy. In Vegas, he'll be sharing the spotlight. That dynamic could either lead to an unstoppable offense or spark tensions if the chemistry isn't right. But here's the thing. St. Brown's reputation is that of a team-first player, someone who thrives on competition and raises the game of those around him. If the Raiders can balance the egos and manage the game plan effectively, this could be the dawn of one of the most feared passing attacks in the NFL. The financial details of the deal have yet to be fully revealed, but early leaks suggest we're talking about record-breaking numbers. Some sources whisper about a 5-year contract north of $120 million, with a jaw-dropping signing bonus that would make even the most seasoned veterans blink. The guaranteed money alone is reportedly higher than what the Lions were willing to commit, which may have tipped the scales in the Raiders' favor. But beyond the dollars and cents, there's the allure of Las Vegas itself. For a player like St. Brown, who has a flair for the dramatic and a deep appreciation for the spotlight, the city offers a unique stage. Off the field, Vegas is a magnet for endorsements, media appearances, and branding opportunities that simply can't be matched in Detroit. While some may question whether this kind of move is driven more by business than football, the reality is that in today's NFL, the two are deeply intertwined. Behind the scenes, this move is already causing ripples across the league. Rival GMs are reportedly furious, accusing the Raiders of using unorthodox methods to seal the deal. While no formal complaints have been filed, there's quiet talk about whether tampering rules were skirted during negotiations. If true, this could spark a minor controversy in the offseason, but for now, the NFL seems content to let the dust settle. Meanwhile, players are reacting too. Raiders quarterback Aidan O'Connell reportedly sent St. Brown a welcome text within minutes of the announcement, expressing excitement about the possibilities ahead. And let's not overlook the cultural angle. AMON-RA, St. Brown's German heritage has been a point of pride for international NFL fans, particularly as the league pushes to expand its global footprint. His move to one of the most high-profile franchises in one of the most iconic cities in the world could amplify the NFL's brand in Europe like never before. Imagine the Raiders playing an international game in Germany next season, with St. Brown as the centerpiece. It would be an instant sellout, a marketing dream, at a moment that bridges continents. The NFL has long been searching for ambassadors who can transcend borders, and St. Brown fits that bill perfectly. For the Raiders, this isn't just about winning games. It's about elevating their image on a global scale. The move signals ambition, swagger, and a willingness to take risks. And while the on-field results remain to be seen, the off-field potential is enormous. One thing is certain. The Las Vegas Raiders have just turned the NFL offseason upside down, and the ripple effects are only beginning to be felt. The speculation about how AMON-RA, St. Brown's arrival will transform the Raiders' offense is reaching fever pitch, with pundits, fans, and even casual viewers weighing in on every possible scenario. Some are imagining trick plays, deep bombs down the sideline, and third-and-long conversions that would leave defenses dizzy. Analysts have begun theorizing that head coach Antonio Pierce might implement a dual-receiver system designed specifically to exploit St. Brown's versatility, a scheme that emphasizes motion, misdirection, and precision timing. The idea is simple yet dangerous. Let St. Brown roam free, exploit mismatches, and give the quarterback multiple options on every snap. Meanwhile, opponents are already scrambling to adjust. Defensive coordinators across the AFC are revisiting game tape, wondering how a player who already dominated in Detroit could possibly be slowed in Las Vegas. There's also the psychological factor. Defenses now know that the Raiders have a true game changer, someone capable of shifting momentum with a single play. That intimidation alone could open up running lanes, create space for tight ends, and force safeties to cheat, making the entire offense more dynamic. This ripple effect might be what sets the Raiders apart from other teams in the upcoming season, turning them from playoff contenders to legitimate Super Bowl threats. Sources close to the Raiders suggest that locker room dynamics are already evolving in unexpected ways, with veteran players expressing both excitement and curiosity about how St. Brown's personality will mesh with the existing squad. Some are predicting friendly competitions during practice, seeing who can command attention in routes, who can push the pace, and who can become the team's true leader on the field. While St. Brown is known for his humility and team-first mentality, his work ethic is legendary, and that alone could elevate the entire roster's intensity. Imagine a scenario where rookies model their preparation routines after him, veterans get inspired to refine their craft, and even the coaching staff adapts to leverage his skill set fully. There's also the media frenzy to consider. Every press conference, every practice session, and every game could be magnified by cameras, social media, and fan scrutiny. For the Raiders, this is a double-edged sword. The hype can motivate, but also increases pressure. Still, insiders claim that the team views this as a positive challenge, an opportunity to build a culture of excellence centered around one of the most talented receivers in the league, whose arrival might very well redefine expectations for the franchise. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The ripple effect of this blockbuster move extends far beyond Las Vegas. In Detroit, front office executives are reportedly reconsidering their long-term strategies, with some quietly admitting that losing St. Brown might necessitate a complete offensive overhaul. Rumors swirl that they are already exploring trade options for draft picks, considering potential free agent targets, and even re-evaluating Jared Goff's role in the offense. The Lions fan base is divided between anger and disbelief, creating a charged atmosphere that could influence ticket sales, merchandise, and local sports media coverage for months. Meanwhile, national sports networks are seizing the opportunity to dissect every nuance of the transfer, speculating about potential sleeper plays, matchup nightmares, and how rival teams will respond. Even NFL executives from other franchises are said to be holding emergency strategy meetings to assess how this seismic shift affects playoff odds, cap space, and talent acquisition plans. In essence, the Raiders' acquisition of St. Brown has sent shockwaves that reverberate across the league, changing not only the balance of power in the AFC, but also altering the calculus for teams in the NFC. The ripple effect is ongoing, and insiders warn that we haven't even begun to see the full consequences of this headline-making move. Social media has, unsurprisingly, become a non-stop feedback loop of analysis, memes, and speculation. Clips of St. Brown making impossible catches are circulating alongside humorous takes on the Lions' misfortune and Raiders' newfound dominance. Twitter threads are breaking records for engagement. Reddit communities are filled with intense debates about the impact on fantasy football leagues, and TikTok videos of fans reacting to the news are going viral internationally. Hashtags like hashtag #StBrownShock and hashtag RaidersRevolution are trending across multiple platforms, creating a sense of communal excitement among supporters and frustration among detractors. Some influencers are predicting that the NFL's global appeal could reach new heights, with German fans suddenly tuning in to every Raiders game, eager to watch their national star perform on the biggest stage in Las Vegas. This online frenzy isn't just entertainment. It reflects the tangible shift in public perception of both franchises. While the Lions may have lost a key player, the Raiders have gained a marketing juggernaut capable of driving ticket sales, merchandise revenue, and fan engagement in ways few anticipated. The digital response underscores the multifaceted impact of the transfer, showing that in today's sports world, a player's value extends far beyond the gridiron into culture, media, and global fan communities alike. Rumors from inside the Raiders camp suggest that St. Brown has already started influencing playbook discussions, requesting certain formations, and experimenting with new route combinations during practice. Coaches are reportedly adjusting timing patterns and defensive reads to accommodate his unique skill set. This proactive approach indicates that the team isn't just adding talent. They are restructuring strategy to maximize his impact. Observers speculate that this could lead to entirely new offensive schemes debuting in preseason games, potentially forcing rival teams to rewrite defensive playbooks on the fly. There's even chatter that St. Brown's presence may inspire additional trades or signings, as the Raiders aim to surround him with complementary talent, from tight ends and running backs to additional wideouts. This domino effect could accelerate the Raiders' transformation from a team with flashes of potential to a fully realized contender capable of challenging elite squads week after week. Beyond the X's and O's, this move signals a shift in the Raiders' culture, one that values audacity, star power, and calculated risk-taking, suggesting that Las Vegas isn't just chasing talent, it's chasing dominance, and St. Brown is now the centerpiece of that ambitious plan. The emotional dimension of this transfer cannot be understated. St. Brown's departure leaves a void in Detroit, not only on the field, but in the hearts of fans who grew attached to his passion, consistency, and magnetic personality. Emotional responses have ranged from public statements of disappointment by team officials to heartfelt posts by fans expressing admiration and sadness. Conversely, Las Vegas fans are embracing him as if he's been a Raider for years, eagerly anticipating his first touchdown, his first big catch, and his first highlight reel moment in the iconic silver and black. This contrast in emotional energy underscores the human element of sports transfers, reminding everyone that while contracts and negotiations dominate headlines, the emotional resonance of a player's move can inspire, shock, and even divide entire communities. St. Brown's ability to generate this reaction speaks to his influence both on and off the field, as someone whose talent, charisma, and work ethic transcend mere statistics and impact the very fabric of the league. The NFL thrives on these narratives, and the Raiders' gamble has just created a story that will be remembered for years. Speculation is also rife about how this acquisition might influence future NFL free agency trends. If a high-profile, mid-career move like St. Brown's proves successful, it could embolden other star players to follow suit, reshaping the balance of power across conferences. Teams may begin prioritizing aggressive, headline-grabbing signings over incremental roster improvements, altering negotiation strategies and salary cap management. The Raiders, in essence, could be setting a precedent, showing that bold moves combined with strategic planning can yield massive dividends, both on the field and in fan engagement. Analysts are already debating whether this trend might increase competition, raise player salaries, and encourage riskier, more dynamic offseason behavior across the league. For sports media, this is a goldmine, offering endless talking points, post-game analysis, and insider speculation. The broader implication is that AMON-RA st. Finally, the narrative surrounding St. Brown's move to Las Vegas is still evolving, and every new report, tweet, or insider leak adds another layer to the drama. Fans and analysts alike are left to wonder how quickly he will adapt, whether the Raiders can meet the high expectations, and what ripple effects will continue to unfold across the league. The suspense is palpable, the stakes are enormous, and the intrigue is irresistible. One thing is certain, the NFL offseason will never be the same after this announcement. With St. Brown now in the silver and black, the Raiders have not just acquired a player. They have injected a surge of energy, expectation, and excitement into the league, turning speculation into a storyline that promises twists, highlights, and headline-making moments throughout the season. This isn't just news. It's a sports saga in real time, a drama unfolding on and off the field, and fans everywhere are watching, reacting, and waiting to see how the next chapter will write itself. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.